like red eggs in ham.
The more experiences I experience, by experiments I get the feeling you are all embarrassments. It doesn't make much sense to accomplishments. Embellishment in music is nonsense. Y'all artists are just breaking with flatulence, with no common sense. Lyrical excrement, but I'm the atomic extremist. Sent to explode Godzilla shit, flaming breath of dominance. Hypnotic, erotic, psychotic punishment. Decapitation and castration, no patience. I ain't waiting, drink your blood wine while I dine on succulent. Let your mutts, ain't got no nuts, but you strut like King Tut. Contract signed, contacts blind, fine printed lines red. Now you must take it up the butt, cut through torsos, taste morsels, rehearsals, or half sliced head like Walking Dead Herschels. Hershey kisses you be getting from record label prisons. Visions of riches, but diminished by life sentence to bear witness to. Soulless living is your heritage. You could be the heretic. Fuck you and your politics. It's still a turd if you polish it. But you, my friend, ain't shit. Pack your shit and get it. Piled up. You some lazy ass rappers. Lazy ass rappers. Lazy ass rappers. Your spiders ain't make jacket just for knackers and your suckers will attack you. You will back up, we will change your spectacular.
Yo, what's good? This is K7LEETHA, formerly of United Soldiers Affiliation. Well, not formerly, but because we still got the United Soldiers Affiliation. We created a new group. So United Soldiers Affiliation, now known as Tennessee Butchers. So here's the deal. This is Meet the Butchers episode 1. And, you know, might as well start out with the motherfucker who brought everybody, you know, into this shit and decided to take it from a rap group / music / label kind of practice and move forward with a team element, like kind of like a NFL or NBA, you know, take it from basically just doing music to having a environment of a team, and you know, you got first stringers, second stringers, shit like that. You got people that are on team or part of a team that ain't got nothing to do with music. So that's what the Butchers is about. And it got a little confusing there for a second, and it probably still is. There are the original 6, alright? And then beyond the original 6, there are other members. The members are part of the Butcher Club, okay? Tennessee Butcher Club. The music group was the original 6, but you know, there's some gray areas in there and whatnot. But whatever. Like, it's in its infancy, and you know, all the kinks ain't worked out yet. That's just how it is. But, okay, here we go. Meet the Butchers, episode 1, K7LEETHA. Where did I get the name K7LEETHA? It come from the Spawn comic book. Back in the day, fucking like to do fucking comic shit. And do it started out as Vi Comics instead of Video Entertainment. I knew one day that all these industries were gonna merge together, and that's what's happening now, 15 years later, after I fucking envisioned it, it's fucking happening. So, whatever. I fucking predict shit. I predicted 3 6 Mafia was gonna be #1 and win the Oscar and all that bullshit. That happened. You know, I predict a lot of shit that happens, but it's because I look at all different scenarios from all different sides and all different angles, and come up with several different endpoints, and one of them usually ends up being right. So, anyway, well, I picked the name K7LEETHA from the comic book because, one, Spawn wasn't shit without the fucking suit, alright? He had the little necro power and all that kind of crap. The timer went away eventually and all that shit. But one, it was my most favorite comic book of all time. It still is today, and they're about to reboot it at issue 250. So anyway, go check that out if you want to. But the suit is a symbiote. It attaches itself to the host. It makes the host better in many ways, from speed, accuracy, agility, to fucking enhancing of powers and all that kind of spider sense kind of thing, shit like that. So anyway, that's what I usually do. I would attach myself to a project or a song, a piece of art, a beat, you know, anything that I'm doing that I attach myself to, and I try to enhance it or make it better. And I don't sugarcoat shit. and I fucking tell you how like it is. So if you tag me in a song and the song is shitty, I'm gonna tell you it's shitty. Now I may not come out and just be like, man, this shit's shitty, but I'm gonna be like, hey man, can you accept some constructive criticism? Which a lot of you artists out there that are new to the game, or you know, just got in the game after 2005 and shit, you can't take constructive criticism worth a fuck, and that's gonna kill you. And if I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but you ain't got what it takes to be in this industry if you can't take constructive criticism. Now, constructive criticism is, you know, hey man, I think your lyrical delivery is fucking awesome, but when you come outside of a verse on a hook, it just, you know, it seems a little bit too simplistic or too simple, and maybe that's what you're going for, maybe that's your, you know, attainment goal, but it's just not really, you know, it's not really catching me on my side of what I like in music, you know. But then motherfuckers start popping, oh blah blah, you the disrespect and all this other kind of shit. You know what? Fuck that bullshit. You're disrespected by that, you ain't gonna make it. Period. I ain't never gonna be here to just tell a motherfucker you fucking bullshit ass, you know, you suck or whatever. It ain't on me. You might have a whole, you know, 100,000 people that like your shit, but that ain't me. I don't like that shit. I don't like bubblegum pop ass rap. I like fucking real political reality rap. You know, just getting in people's faces and telling them, hey, this is what, and then real deep, dark, Hannibal type shit. And that's just me. So if you don't like that shit, that's cool. But that's where I got the name K7LEETHA. So what started all this shit a long time ago, 15 years ago or so. More than 15 years ago, but you know, that's just the estimate. Started a company called Prophecy Productions, and eventually I figured, you know, it was a little too generic, so I wanted to move from, you know, that generic name to something that was more, I don't know what the word, unique, I guess. I don't consider it to be unique, but something that's not found is as simplistic or generic. But anyway, I ain't trying to hate on nobody else's names and shit, but I started this thing called Vi Comics, and the reason why I did Vi is because it's kind of like a Latin, you know, term for life or whatever you want to say that, and that's what, you know, art imitates life and shit like that. So I was like Vi. So I was like Video Entertainment would come later, because Digital Outcast Studios was my secondary, like, CD design / flyer / manufacturing / printing and all that kind of crap. Well, Digital Outcast Studios kind of got disbanded because one of the guys that was with me fucking ended up, you know, doing a bunch of drugs and shit like that. So I was like, I don't really want to do the Digital Outcast Studios no more. So I just want to merge them together and do like an entertainment company instead of just one specific type of thing. So I ended up merging the Vi and the fucking Digital Outcast Studios, and it became Video Entertainment. Upon doing this, that's when the United Souls affiliation pretty much came about, because Antidote and some retired people that are no longer doing music were like, hey man, we want to get with y'all. So we were like, well, we don't really do any shit like that, but okay, let's do it, you know. But if we're gonna do it, we're gonna have fun doing it. Or if we do it, we're gonna do it, you know, better than your typical basement studio shit. And back then, you know, there wasn't all this USB, Tascam, all this digital track shit. It was fucking, hey, direct microphone cord into the fucking thing and shit like that. So, and there were still 8-ats and shit like that back then. And you could barely get CDs to burn. Like, it was right when like the 2-speed DVD burners / CD burners were out or whatever. But anyway, we did the United Souls affiliation, probably recorded it in like a month or so, maybe less, maybe more. I'm not, most of the details are kind of lost. I mean, I guess it got everybody together in a room. You don't. Well, anyway, we put out United Souls affiliation. As soon as that dropped, we put out the Antidote CD. As soon as that dropped, we put the Video CD. As soon as that dropped, we got artillery shit. You know, it's just boom, 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 just coming. You know, actually the first, not album, but the first project we did was called Explicit Graphics Posse, and it was supposed to be merging of the industries like what's happening now. And it did alright, but that was all when it was street sales only. There was no, you know, YouTube, there was no Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. MySpace wasn't even around. It was just like just starting in its very crawl type of social networking. Well, anyway, we got with a company about 2 years in called CD Baby, and they fucking help a lot. Like, they do everything. They help you set up your digital distribution, all that good shit. Now they help set up fucking ASCAP BMI / publishing shit, which I'm coming to learn that that's not exactly what it's all cracked up to be. If you perform at a club that's, you know, BMI registered, wherever, you can get performance royalties for that shit like that. But as far as like radio play and all that, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It helps get you paid from it, but they're not a collector, they're just a publisher, so, you know, it gets kind of confusing. But anyway, you get on iTunes, and iTunes blows up because people are like, iTunes ain't gonna work, and all this kind of shit, nobody wants digital shit, and all that, and whatever. Well, to this day, every fucking album we've ever put out, the digital sales pretty much equal the physical sales. So, unless it's just, well, unless you're comparing to street sales, with street sales you could sell, you know, 600 CDs in 3 hours if you really want to get out there and fucking slang the shit. Hell, we paid rent and all that kind of shit in like 3 hours by doing that shit. Saved our asses many times back in the day. Well, somehow, some way, I'm not sure, it's possible that somebody from Germany made it happen. I'm not sure exactly, but by the time Weapons of Mass Destruction USA 2 come out, United Souls Affiliation, the second album, somehow Murder Dog got a hold of it, Murder Dog magazine. And Scott Beta, you know, was like, man, this shit's fucking awesome. And he was trying to get us on Murder Master Music Show for a long time, and he still hasn't got us on there. But the reason why I haven't gone on there is because, one, I don't want to do like a solo interview kind of thing. I want to do a group interview, and getting the group together is a pain in the ass, like, especially like different days and shit. Well, the show airs on like a Thursday as far as the rap side of it. They got the Church of Reality on Sunday and shit like that. And it's a pain in the ass to get everybody together. It's just between people that gotta work, or people that gotta be out of town, or people that gotta be in jail for child support, or whatever, you know, all kinds of shit. So, anyway, they get a hold of it and they give us like 4 nuts. Like, man, I didn't even know what was in there. Like, well, then one day with our German counterpart hard disk, he's like, hey man, you know y'all in Murder Dog magazine, right? Well, no, I didn't know that shit. We ended up getting a copy and all that kind of shit, man. So, wow, holy fuck. How the fuck did a Clarksville local group that just put shit out for the fuck of it get into Murder Dog? Like, that's the #1 underground music magazine in the world, and they're still pretty, you know, they're kind of going in a different direction now, but it's like, wow, what the fuck. Well, anyway, we do it again with United Soldiers 3 and my solo album, K7LEETHA, Red Eggs and Ham, and Lil Hatchet album, and I don't remember. There's one more we got in there. Well, anyway. Then we ended up getting in a different magazine called Download Magazine. Then we ended up getting some spot in Ozone. We were going to get a spot in the Source, but some shit went down with that, and it was like, what the fuck, but, you know, it's all good. XXL, you know, is looking maybe for the Butchers to get in there, so shit's going down, still. But, Letha, like I said, I really like Clarksville artists. I don't like the pop bubblegum shit and all that kind of, you know, but, again, that ain't my album, that ain't my shit, that's y'all shit, or whoever's doing it. But Letha don't hate nobody, alright? When you take something I say the wrong way, it's because you can't hang with this industry. Or you haven't learned the business side of this, which is sometimes people gonna say shit that you don't necessarily want to hear, but you need to hear it. And a lot of y'all take the music shit too seriously. Like, I got my son's shit going off here. You take the shit too fucking seriously. And I don't mean like, you know, the professional stage performer, all that kind of, I don't mean that. I'm talking about like personal. Like, you talking about, you know, my success. If you gonna talk about my success, you need to get the fuck out of my page and all this other kind of shit. And I'm like, dude, okay. You ain't fucking making me sleep any less. I spent $15,000 on this butcher shit already. So you can sit here and talk about your success all you want to, but if you ain't backing it with no real funds, then you know, enjoy your success. But let's see. I know a lot of y'all don't take this Jap ass seriously, but I've been around a long time. You can ask Roosevelt Reed. I did his fucking first album when he come from Seattle and shit. I don't know if y'all know about Scripture, but he's out of California. He's been in a bunch of movies and shows, TV shows and shit. And he's got, you know, a bunch of albums out too. And I done some of his first fucking shit. I done fucking, damn near everybody's fucking first little bit of shit, if not a flyer or something. You know, I did all this shit. And I taught some of y'all motherfuckers how to use Photoshop. And I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm glad that y'all are successful in doing shit, because I pulled out of that shit. I was tired of it. I still am, but I do it for the group. You know, I do it for my inner circle and shit. But if you don't hear it directly from me in a way that you know that I'm trying to help. See, that's the thing. I've been trying to help all y'all motherfuckers. But everybody's like, all this, all that, nobody else forgotten about. Yeah, okay. So, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, motherfuckers like, hey man, we trying to get on with video. You just said we were forgotten about. You know, you said that we were washed up. And now all of a sudden you want to be back with us and shit. We were never gone, motherfuckers. Our old shit still sells. Shit from 99, 98, 99, 2000 is still selling. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, everybody puts out an album here, and then they forget about it. They're like, oh yeah, I got an album now. Oh, well, what happened to that? Oh, I just, you know, I'm on my next album now. Everybody's like, hey man, what you got? I got K7LEETHA Red Extra Ham. Hey, but motherfucker, you put that out in 2006. Yeah, but it's still selling, motherfucker. You know, what do you want me to do? I had to repress that motherfucker like 4 times. Each time I had to get, first initial run was like 500 units. Then I had to get 1,000 units. Then I had to get 1,500 units. You know, now I'm maybe getting 100 units here and there, but I gotta keep restocking it because the shit sells. So what the fuck? And all the digital shit don't cost nothing. So it's selling. Am I making millions and millions of dollars? No. But am I making enough for it to seem like something that needs to keep being pursued? Hell fucking yeah. Not all the albums are doing like that. Yeah, you know, it could be different reasons. The reason why the K7LEETHA album did so good is because I was an Asian rapper. I don't consider myself to be a rapper, okay? But I rap. I'm not a rapper, but I rap. I do a whole bunch of other shit too. That's why I don't really consider myself a rapper. But I'm down for Clarksville, man. If y'all want to do a fucking, if y'all could ever just set aside your fucking differences or all the bullshit and all this stupid ass shooting and shit that's going on and all that crap, if you could ever fucking set that shit aside and do a real fucking album and everybody put in money, like everybody put in $1,000, 30 groups put in $1,000, You know, you get a $30,000 budget, you actually spend $5,000 of it on promotion and actual marketing, you spend another $5,000 on getting, you know, 10,000 copies made, and you fucking put in some money on shirts with everybody's fucking record label logo or their group logo or whatever on the back, and have them, like, you know, in different tiers, have like a 4x4 that costs, you know, more than a 2x2, and just have all of, like, NASCAR shit, man, sponsors and shit, have motherfuckers saying, hey, you know, we want to put Mary's music on there. Oh, well, you know, help us out a little bit then, Mary's music. Oh, well, yeah, we'll give you $1,000, you know, help sponsor that shit, you know, shit like that. We could fucking be all millionaires, but no, everybody wants to do shit on their own. Everybody wants to do the cheapest shit. They want to put out the 100 CDRs with marker written on it and shit. And it's like 10,000 units, you sell fucking $10 a piece. And that's another thing too, everything has went up since the fucking 90s. We were out here slanging this shit, selling shit for $5 and $10, and here it is fucking 2014, and 2015 gonna be, and motherfuckers are sitting here still slanging fucking CDs for $5 and shit, $3, $5. Bullshit, man. We should be up there selling them for $15, $20. So what you gotta do is start packing this shit together. Fucking get a t-shirt, get a poster, and get a fucking album, put it all together for $25 or whatever, and fucking sell your shit. You know, get merchandise table. How many motherfuckers be performing? Y'all say, hey man, where's your merchandise table? They ain't got no merchandise table. How many motherfuckers be fucking doing a performance, just yelling on a damn microphone, and they didn't even put no thought into their fucking performance? Come on, man, we're better than this shit. I mean, really, it's like fucking Ferguson, Missouri, and Clarksville when it comes to rap artists. Like, hands up, don't rap. And then motherfuckers are sitting here getting shot like a motherfucker because they think they're the hottest shit on the planet, and motherfuckers ain't gonna pay no damn $15 to come see their ass. Just get up there and yell on a goddamn microphone, and you can do that at a karaoke bar. Come on, man, we're better than this shit. We got, you know, people starting to do music videos and shit now, so I should give a shout out to all y'all directors and shit. You know, back in the day, there wasn't really maybe one or two people doing music videos and shit. So competition is coming in, starting to drive that shit down, and better technology and all that kind of. But there's more than just YouTube. There's like 40 different fucking tube sites, I guess you would say. And everybody's like, I'm on YouTube. And that too. How many of y'all motherfuckers have your own website? Like, not go on my Facebook page, but an actual fucking website that you invested in. There's only a few I can think of. What would that be? K9, Alley Cat, ViDOENT Entertainment, I mean, there's probably a couple more, but I don't know about them. Own Magazine, you know, but how can you be a professional or approach booking agents and shit and say, hey man, hit me up on my fucking cell phone? Well, what's your website? Oh, I ain't got one. Just hit up my Facebook page. Hit me on Twitter. That's social media, man. It ain't got nothing to do with you as a business. Hell, speaking of business, how many of y'all even keep a receipt when you sell an album or something? How many? That's right. Business. There's things you're supposed to do that nobody's fucking doing. So when you try to say, oh, Letha don't know, Letha ain't there, blah, blah, blah. Guess what, motherfucker? I know a lot about this business. And if I don't know, I ask a motherfucker. I'm not so fucking far up my own ass that I don't fucking know that sometimes I gotta ask somebody for help. And all I ask is that y'all motherfuckers, you know, stop following the bubblegum swagger shit. Stop thinking I gotta remix the hottest song right now because maybe, you know, the million other fucking wannabe motherfuckers are gonna fucking, you know, do it after me, and then they'll be generic and shit. Stop that shit. Stop stealing other beats. Stop all that. Just do original shit. We're starting to act like Hollywood and shit. We'll reboot fucking Ghostbusters with all women. I'm gonna fucking wear purses and skirts because it's different. I'm gonna fucking not read my fucking record contract and then look at it and go, oh fuck, I'm fucked. You know? Get a goddamn lawyer. And if not, at least read the shit before you sign your fucking life away. Everybody talking about getting deals and shit still. That shit is out the window. Tech9 is a fucking independent. He's the #1 motherfucker in the world. Ritz is in there. Jelly Roll. You know, all these motherfuckers. And yeah, they seem like they, well, hell, Tech's been wasting money all the time. But, like Jelly Roll, he's like, man, let me sleep on my fan's couch. That's a smart motherfucker right there. He ain't trying to be all in line beating on a motherfucker for Jordans and shit. He's trying to get in, take care of his fucking kids, and fucking get out of that motherfucker and have money left over when he's done. Because guess what? You can't do this shit when you're fucking 60. So where's your 401k and all that shit? You ain't got it. You gotta fucking look at this shit. And once again, I'm a symbiote. I attach myself to things. I try to make it better. I've headbutted with a couple people because I say, hey man, your song's fucking awesome, but hey, I really think at this point you should put in some like glass bottles breaking or different, you know, add some cinematic feel to this track to make it, to elevate it to the next level. And then they're like, hey man, we done thought about that shit, but we just, you know, we just gonna keep it simple and just do it like this. And it's like, you gotta keep it simple. Okay. If you want to be like every other motherfucker, then just be like every other motherfucker. Just pay to play. How about that? Now the ticket sale shit is borderline pay to play, but you know, as long as you can move the tickets, it's good. But come on, man. Come on. Come on, the venue is supposed to take a risk. The venue is supposed to pay you. And in reality, back to them publishing rights we were talking about earlier, when you perform the song, they're supposed to pay that too. They can get shut out for that shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there. Never pay to play. Ever. I don't give a fuck if you're opening for Eminem. I don't care if Coco and Ice-T are gonna show up and she's gonna fucking give you a reach around. Do not pay to play. That hurts everybody. Not just your fucking low life ass self, but every fucking buddy. And this goes for artists all over the fucking nation and hell, even the world. Do not pay to play. Now, the ticket sale shit again, that's up to you. If you think you can move, you know, 25 tickets, 30, 50, however many, you know, that's just a basic decision. I wouldn't do it personally if it was just a regular show, but if it's somebody big, whatever, you know, and you know you can move 50 tickets. You know, if you're going to open for Tech, you know you're going to sell 50 tickets. Whatever. That's a guarantee. But don't buy the tickets thinking, oh, I'm just going to buy them and that's it. I ain't going to bother even try to sell them. That's the thing about this shit. Try. Always try. Get out of your comfort zone and fucking do shit. That's no good success comes from staying at home. You know, it's a fucking comfort zone. Gotta get out that comfort zone. So I'm gonna do a whole nother segment on just pay to play and a whole nother segment on publishing and all that shit. This was just supposed to be Meet the Butchers, but got carried away. Again, K7LEETHA, the symbiote who attaches himself to projects. I don't hate anybody in Clarksville. I don't. Now, there are plenty that probably hate me, and, you know, that's fine with me. I sleep at night. I don't give a fuck. But sometimes you gotta set your shit aside. You gotta do shit you don't want to do. That's what the grown-up pants are. Grown-up pants are to hear shit you don't want to hear and do shit you don't want to do. So I'm asking you Clarksville artists, we are better than what we've been, and we are better than how we act and what we do. Let's get our performances to the next level. Let's start choreographing the performances, thinking about what we're going to do beforehand. Let's try to network better. get more pictures when you're out and about and shit. You see, other famous artists or whatever, other famous people. Get more pictures. Start getting them on your social media and shit. Get your website if you ain't got one. Come on now, raise it up to the next bar. It's time to take the shit to the next level.
So the vibes here to give them what they ask for. They're killing us slowly with all the weak shit. So it's time for antidote to kill a cancer. What the fuck they wanna scream on the track for? That shit supposed to get my attention. No wordplay and they style bite. This shit ain't part of my mission. They got hoes but they trace people call me in. Read the life of niggas in the jail they work in. Red jewels just to say that they got shit. Buy guns when they know they never pop shit. Rep games and they can't spit no lit. Even underground rappers doing the same shit. So it's left to the one no butchers to bring rap back from that bullshit.
You rappers got some problems with the squad. You can doubt us all you want. I swear to God that we go hard. I find it funny that the reason that they know who we are is because they are this jumping ship. They find it real bizarre. Tennessee Neptunes is the motherfucking team, and for beams aiming round if they plotting on a scheme. We are not the ones you wanna mention up in your tracks, cause we can turn that fancy studio into a pile of ash, and you can burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground.
It once started off with a group of niggas singing that we would put the fucking city on the map. Call us a 15, but it wasn't that. Just a couple niggas that can spit on tracks. Coming up with ideas, put it on the back burner. Kinda looking at me funny, singing nigga fuck that. Tell them that they got a show, but we better than them singing this and that. Man, what the fuck is going on? Better off doing solo acts, recalling solo raps, slinging city tracks to any motherfucker that would listen. But it was fade and slow. But it was Doe and Mug and Letha. Put me on features, at least this creature. Come to our show, we feel the bleachers.
When I first started in this scene, no one knew what to think about me. Big old country boy from the south with fire-ass lyrics coming out his mouth. Had a few shows and I wrote a few songs. That's when I realized something was wrong. I sold all the text, mixed everything myself. All you said, Sarah, give me money for yourself. Every time we had a show, all your words you didn't know. Fake a cough, the mic don't work. How could this shit get any worse? You look run down, bro, where's your shoes? Why the hell your shirt coat so loose? Time to grab the gas and get a little naughty. Let's go! It's a studio burning party.
Burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground. We gon' burn their studios down to the ground.
I'ma show you how to do it on the south side. Cold ass nigga with no pride. Chrome down shoes on my ride. Can't you see how I glide? Strong personality on me. 9 hollow tips out grown me. Better hope you niggas are sitting down, cause I'ma blow your bitches off your feet. Calculate money, no shutdown. Had you go hard on you clown. Middle finger up to your fuck boys. Catch 2 more, that's 12 round. Better let anybody that's grown man. Baby got a bitch on both hands. Add 2 thumbs, that's 12 bands. Old school bitch, that's 12 grand.
Flame on Johnny Storm, black or white, don't matter the form. Sparks ignite, the flames are born. Get burned like a DVD with some type of STD. Thick that glows bright like eyes of children of the corn. Accelerant, expectorant, pyro shit, you coughing a phlegm, predicted it. Simple lighter, off slow mode, trail of blessed your studio. Hope you had insurance, bro. Oh, you don't? Well, that's cold. Arsonist, sadist, anarchist, PTSD from losing equipment. Hard drive won't survive. Tannerite, say goodbye. You thought this was a fucking joke, bro, but you so broke as whole, laughing at this video. Now you can't cope, crying like you dropped the soap. Ash to ash, your album's just good laughing dust, so they combust. Charcoal smoke envelopes the ambience, flickering. Ambulance arrives on the scene. Fire trucks unable to show. Bridges blown. Fire chief is on the phone. He says,
by the way, your house is also gone.